This is update for February 24th, 2014. It's Weston's scale model wiki speed. This is the motor module. It's just the frame right now, so it's not an electric motor module, it's not a gas motor module, it's just a motor module. It's being held together right now by duct tape, liberally applied, as you can see. This is approximately what it's going to look like when it's done. These vertical posts might be a little closer to the edge here. And I'm going to try to explain how I'm connecting these pieces of aluminum together. Putting a bolt in through this side and going into here. This part needs something to hold on to. All it is a tube, so you have to put something across that holds the bolt going in. So what I've come up with is using a nut with slots in it, like keyway slots or like cotter pin slots, and a regular bolt. It's a 1-inch bolt, 3/8, and then I'm going to attempt to show you how I'm wanting to put them together. So now that I've got this in the center, what we have here is a 1-inch bolt, a nut with slots in it. I'm using this piece to simulate this one here. It's just quite a bit shorter. And then inside, this one will be this nut. So take this, get it put together, get these faces lined up. Dropping that. So we'll put this in here, get it lined up on top, threaded. Wrench, tighten it down a little bit. Very important that these ones are lined up. So tighten it that way. Okay, so what we've got is the face lined front and back, and then the tube like this. What we're going to do then is slide into this tube. I'll just slide it into this tube because it's open, and we'll get it in there. Get it rotated a little bit. The nut is a little bit too, these edges I'm going to have to take off because they're a little too wide. Get that in there. So that's how it goes in, but it'll be this way. So we're going to then drill a hole through this face, put this little Allen screw in, and drill it a bit smaller than it needs to be so that this will tap into it. This is actually harder than this. And then we're going to drill this out a little bit so that it is wide enough to accommodate the screw, and get it jammed in there nice and tight. And then that's it. That side and this side. So this is going to be held tight against this joint, and that's how I'm going to put the 16 different connection points on this frame together. I don't expect it's going to be horribly strong, but it should get me this thing strong enough to put it into the car frame that I've got. So this is the front of the car, this is the back, two sides. This lays on top of the frame. This fits in between the sides of the frame in the rear, and at that point I'll figure out how to bolt these two bolts in here, two bolts in here. So two on this side, two on this side, two here. This is actually above the level of the frame, so you can't do any bolting there. It can be one in each of these, and then two on this side, two on that side, and that's how the frame gets bolted in. That's twice as many bolts as we would use in a normal motor module, but this one's not very strong, so that's how I'm planning to do it. At that point, I will get the electric motor and gearbox in here. It's just inside the frame here. and then I'll be extending the drive shafts to fit the wheels that we're going to be using. Anyway, that's the plan for tonight and probably tomorrow, and I will do updates as I get them done. It is February 25th. We're working on the motor module for the scale model WikiSpeed. This is the taped together section that I showed you earlier. Fits nicely into the back there. So the measurements are good. It's not sticking out or anything like that. I don't need to trim any of the pieces. They're the right lengths. So in order to get this system working, I need access to the inside here to get the nut pushed in. So I need to connect the vertical section to the horizontal sections first, because that's where the first nut has to go. So as I discussed on the previous description where I used the end as an example, this one is going to go, this portion goes into the vertical tube, and there's a hole in the horizontal tube. The nut goes over top. We're going to screw that down nice and tight with the little holes in the slotted nut facing out and in, which would be, I guess, front and back on the vehicle. Once I've slid this nut inside here over top of the hole, put this bolt into it. It's nice and tight. Then I drill a hole through this vertical piece and screw in the little Allen screw inside and outside, and then it's as stable as it's going to be. I would rather experiment on stuff that I'm not going to be using in the final version, but I'm kind of running out of time, and the stuff that I'm making isn't really that good looking to begin with, so I'm going to take the tape off of the two pieces involved, this piece and this piece. I'm going to start on the bottom. I'll get the hole drilled, and then we'll begin. This is actually going to get as far out toward the side as I can go. So this bolt doesn't fit into this 3/4 inch tube at all. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this to the grinder and just taking off a little bit on the two faces. The bolt is 6-sided, and the tube is, of course, 4-sided. So two of the corners just don't play well with others. So I'm going to grind that off and just make it easier to install. I'm going to be doing this on all of the bolts that go in, so that they fit in nice. My original idea was to put this through the tube, like so, and put a lock washer, and put a nut. Turns out the lock washer, the split ring, is actually wider than I can be. And I can't take off that much metal without basically making the washer useless. So next time I go for supplies, I'm going to have to get some star washers in 3/8 and use those to keep them from backing. So the assertion that this little hex screw was harder than the aluminum seems to have been incorrect. I'm cutting threads in, or at least that's what I thought I was doing. Turns out I'm flattening the threads on the screw. So I will have to drill at least one size larger with the drill. So we got two joints done. There's a bit of wiggle in this one. So that was done in this direction. This one's done in the other direction. It's got a little bit less wiggle in it. These little pins don't go in very well. I broke two bits trying to enlarge the entryway a little bit so that the hex head screws would go in a little further. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a grade 3 or a grade 5 version of this bolt and see if I can drill a hole through it, and then just, instead of using these little hex screws, I'm just going to stick a cotter pin through, and the cotter pin will go all the way through the bolt as well as the nut. At least I'm hoping that's going to work a little bit better. This is not very sturdy. Anyway, I've got 2 of the connections done, and I'm not happy with them. I have no idea how much strength they have, but not enough is what I'm thinking.